Hello everybody, today we are working on uh, linear functions and slope, linear function in slope, and I'm using graph paper because we gonna need it. Now this is also a review, some of it for your pre-calculus. What is slope? You know, slope means change in y divided by change in x. This is what slope is. Change in y goes on the top and change in x goes in the bottom. And we also say change in y means rise over run. Okay, that's vertical and that's horizontal. This one goes vertical, you know, rise, because I'm rising like that over here. So that's vertical. And this is horizontal. Okay, now we also have some slope. Okay, there is E there. Okay, there is another way to find slope. It would be a formula, which is, we know slope, m means slope, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So if I have an example that find the slope of line passing through the points, like find the slope of the line passing through the points for -2 and -1, 5. So I'm applying this formula because I have two order pairs. You can graph them. I'll show you how to do the rise and run part, change in y, change in x, and also we will do the graph. Let's do the formula. Let's do the formula first. So m equal, now this is really important, guys, to make sure you mark them, you label them x1 and y1, because sometimes the students forget that and they repeat their y's or x's, or somehow they plug them in wrong, then your whole answer is going to be wrong. So my formula is y2, so this is y2, that's 5, and it's easy to do it, minus -2 over -1 minus 4. So this turned positive, so I have 5 plus 2 over -5. 5, 6, 7, so I got -7 over 5. So that's the slope in this condition. And now I'm using rise and run, and I'm using my two order pairs. What I'm going to do, I'm going to plot them here, these two order pairs. You have 4 in -2, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and -2, 1, 2. Then you have -1 and +5. This is -1 and +5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right there. Okay, I'm going to draw a line. I'll try to draw a straight line, see if it would work. I think it will. Okay, there you go. That's the graph. Now, how do I use rise and run? You see, this is a negative slope, and in the last video I gave you guys a cartoon face that you would remember. This is positive, that's negative, and you have a u like undefined, and you have a 0 like if you have a horizontal slope, u undefined if it's a vertical. So these are slopes. So my line goes like this, which means it's a negative slope. So make sure that you have a negative sign with it. Now, if it's negative, then it's not rise and roll. It's going to go fall and run. Okay? Rise goes up, run goes to the right, fall goes down, run goes to the right. So this is when you have a positive slope. This one when you have a negative slope. So since I have a negative slope, I'm going to fall and run. I'm going to fall from this because I can't fall from here. I don't have any graph here. So I'm going to go there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I'm falling 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm running 5. So negative 7 over 5. And that's how you're going to find it from the graph. That's how you're going to find it using a formula. You see they have exactly the same thing. So it means I'm falling, falling, falling. I'm stopping here because this is where my point is. And I'm going to run towards that point, towards the right. So that's what rise and run. Okay. Next, I already explained positive slope look like this. That's a negative slope. That's undefined, but I can do one more time. That's undefined slope. This is zero slope when you have a horizontal. Zero slope. This is undefined slope. Now, if you have something like this, that's a negative slope. Negative slope. If I have something like that, that's a positive slope. And you can tell from the cartoon's face. Now, another thing we are learning in here, point slope form of the equation of the line. A point slope form. Point slope form. Okay, point slope form is something like this. Y minus y1 equal mx minus x1, which we use a lot. Okay. Now, if I have a question that write the equation, this is not what it is. If the question is asking write the equation in a point slope form, if the slope is 6 and the passes through the point to -5, then solve the equation for y. I didn't write the whole question, but this is what it was. Find the point slope form, write an equation. And they use the word write an equation, okay? Write an equation, which means I'm going to just write equation and then I'll stop. I don't have to find a value for it or like for y. They said slope is 6, point is 2, -5, and find the y. Now, solve the equation for y. So what I'm going to do, slope is 6. So we already know slope is 6. So I'm replacing m with 6. This is my x and that's a y. So I'm going to plug in that y minus -5, x minus 2. Negative, negative turn positive. So I got y plus 5, 6, x minus 2. Now, since they said write an equation, and solve for y. So this is actually my equation, but since they said I can stop here, but since they said solve for y, then I have to make the y by itself. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do plus 5, and I'm going to do parentheses first, like distributive property, like that. 6 times x is 6x. 6 times -2 is -12. Now I can move the 5 to the other side. You subtract 5 both sides. And it will give me y equal 6x minus 5, 6, 7, 17. So now this is my equation. And I solved it for y. Solved for y. That's what it is. Okay. Now, another type of questions you guys gonna have is y equal mx plus b, and you guys are familiar with that too. This is slope intercept form. Slope intercept form. That one was point slope because we used a point. You see that x1, y1, we use that point. That's why it's called point slope. This is slope intercept because this b is an intercept. Intercept means when, this is a y-intercept actually, y. So y-intercept means when x is 0 and you have a y. That's what it means. Okay. Now, the question in the next one is asking, I'm gonna erase that because I need this graph. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . And I'm going to show you how to graph slope in, oh, it's, you got erased this. Erased, I can undo it. There you go. Okay, the question was asking y equal, like the equation is given in the question. It says y equal 3/5 x plus 1. Now in the previous video I showed you if you need a graph you can either use parent functions and move left and right, up and down, or you can make a table. Now in this case, if you have y equal mx plus b, or if you don't even have y equal mx plus b, you can change it into y equal mx plus b, the functions. So this is y equal mx plus b and they want me to graph it. So how would I graph this? The first thing first, always, 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 I'm going to put it in red, graph the y-intercept first. You know this is y equal mx plus b actually. So always graph this. My y-intercept is 1 positive. So you're going to graph this first. Graph first. So let's do graph first. And it's a y-intercept, like it's on y-axis. So I have 1. This is a y-intercept. Positive 1 right there. Then I'm going to graph this. This is the second thing to graph. Second graph. Okay, second graph means it doesn't mean it's a graph. I'm just putting second so you can graph this second. Or you can do graph. Okay, that's I'm making a mess. Let's try graph second. Okay. Now, we already plot this 1 point y-intercept. Let's do the graph. Do you see it's positive slope? Like the sign is positive. If it's positive slope, then it means I'm going to do rise and run. So I'm rising. That's why we put this point first, because we have to make some base. So I can rise and I can run, fall, run, anything. So this is my base. I'm rising 3. This is rise. That's 3. So 1. I'm counting these spaces, okay? 1, 2, right there, and that's a 3. And I'm running 5. You see, that's rising and that's running. Okay, this is rise, that's run to the right. So I'm running to the right from here. Okay, that's 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So here's my point. So I got 2 points. Now all I have to do is draw a line from here, and you will see your line is going to be perfect. There. So that's my slope. That's my graph for y equal 3/5 x plus 1. And if you guys do rise and run here, I'm going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, rise and run. And my slope is 3/5. So that's a slope. Okay. What else we are going to do? Equation of the horizontal line. Okay, I'm gonna give you something here. I'm gonna erase that. The equation of the horizontal line, a horizontal line equation means the slope is 0, right? That's how it works. So if I have a horizontal line, okay, I'm gonna draw another one. Let's just try this. Okay, that's one. Try another one. That's another one. And that's my graph right now. Now you pay attention here. If they're asking horizontal equation of a horizontal line, then you know horizontal line goes like this. That's a horizontal line. I draw a horizontal line here. I draw a horizontal line here. I can draw a horizontal line here. I can draw a horizontal line here. And this is all exactly how to go. So what is the equation for this horizontal line? Do you see it's crossing the y-axis everywhere? Y-axis, 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 y-axis. It means my equation is supposed to be y equal any number, anything. So I can write like y equal b, for example. So if I make an equation of this, this is 1, 2. So this is y equal 2. This is y equal 1. This is y equal -1. This is y equal -2. These are my horizontal equations for each one of these lines. Now, equation of a vertical line. Vertical line is going to be the same thing. You just have to pay attention closely. Do you see the horizontal goes with y equation? I'm asking equation, so it's going to be y. If I make a vertical, for example, okay, if I'm asking horizontal, then horizontal means vertical, I'm sorry. So if I draw a vertical line right there, if I draw a vertical line here, if I draw a vertical line here, if I draw a vertical line here. So all these vertical lines, I'm going to change their color, probably green. Okay, these are all, the green ones are all vertical lines. So how do I find the equation for the vertical line? This is not it. Oh, okay. This is getting messy. I have to draw another one. It's not okay. Okay. There. So if I draw, for example, I would draw a vertical line. So this is my vertical line. That's my vertical line. So vertical lines, do you see it crosses through the x-axis? So my equation for this is going to be x equal, this one is -1, and this one is x equal +1. So this is my equation. Like I can say x equal a, that's my horizontal, vertical. This is my vertical equation, vertical line equation. And this one is my horizontal line equation. So if you want, you can write it down with you so you don't lose it and you won't forget. Okay, what else we need? Now, there is another thing you guys would remember, or maybe not, so I'm going to review really quick with you. I have example 3x plus 6y minus 12 equals 0. Now the question is asking if I can find the slope and the y-intercept from this equation. Now if you guys pay attention, how in the world I can find y-intercept and a slope? I can't. You cannot find a y-intercept or a slope. And the reason you can't, because it's not in y equal mx plus b form. Y equal mx plus b is the only form that I can tell clearly, oh, that's my slope, that's my y-intercept. So I will change this into this form. So what I'm going to do, since do you see the y is by itself, so I'm going to make this y by itself and I'm going to keep it in box. The rest of everything is going in this other side of equal. So first I will make this other side of equal, add 12 both sides, and you know we use opposite operations when we move to the other side of equal. So this is 6y equal 12. Now I'm going to subtract 3x both sides. Cancel. Then I'm left with 6y equal -3x plus 12. And you know why I moved the 3x to the front? Because it looks like it would more, it's not wrong. This is good too. But I just like the slope like exactly in the same order. Like mx goes first. So that's why I put them first. Now you divide 6 both sides and you're going to divide it everywhere, because I have to make the y by itself. So this will give me simplified form, which is -12 x. That one is 2 and you simplify. So do you see this? This is my mx plus b. Y equal mx plus b. Now b is my y-intercept in the question is asking find the slope and y-intercept. So the slope is -½ and the y-intercept is equal to +2 right there. So that's how you're going to find these x and y intercepts. Now there is this question right there. Use the data points, these 317 and 57, 354, 57 to obtain a linear function that models. Okay, what is linear function actually? Linear function means y equal mx plus b. That models average global temperature for atmospheric carbon dioxide concentration of x parts per million round m. M is a slope to 3 decimal places, b to 1 decimal place, and b is your y-intercept. I'm just writing everything, whatever I know about this question. So the thing is, and they also are looking for find the equation of the line and find the equation of the line. Equation of the line. Okay, so let's try the slope. Do you see these are 2 order pairs? And make sure, remember this, you have to label them. Label, label, label. Do not ignore this. Label it. Okay, I'm going to find slope first because they want linear function, which is mx plus b. I need this m, I need this b. X and y, I can pick any order pairs and plug in that x and y. We are okay on that side, but I need m and b. So for looking m, I'm going to use my formula, which was y2. It was y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, and that was m. So y2 is 57.64, subtract y1 was 57.04, x2 was 354 minus 317. When I solve this using a calculator, I am getting 0.016. So that's my slope. Now what else I need? I need a b. How do I get that b? There is a different way to do it. If I'm using y equal mx plus b right now, then I am going to use y equal mx plus b. I'm going to write this y equal, you know we already found m, so I'm going to write that m right there, x plus b. I don't have a b there. So what I'm going to do, if I have y and x somewhere, I can replace these with numbers. I would be able to find b. So it's your choice. You can pick this order pair or you can pick that order pair. It's not going to change anything. So if I pick this one, 354, and that one, then my y value is 57.64, 0.016. My x value is 354 plus b. When I solve this, and I would be able to get the answer for this. So when I multiply 0.016 times 354, and I will use a calculator on that. So it's going to give me 0.016 times 354, and the answer for this portion is 5.664. I was not looking. Okay, so the answer for this is 5.664, 0.016354, yeah, plus b, and that one is going to stay there. Now you subtract 5.664 both sides, cancel out, and I will get my b. So b is equal 57.64 subtract 5.664. It will give me 51.976. And they are telling me the slope supposed to be 3 decimal places, which is 3 decimal places, like 1, 2, 3. But they said the y-intercept supposed to be 1 decimal place. So it means I have to round it up. So if I round up 51, it's going to go 52. So my b is 52. Now they said find equation of the line, and this is what I'm doing. So my equation is y equal, that's the answer, final, 0.016x plus 52. Do you remember? That's exactly what I said. I need b and m. So that was B, and that's M. We got it, and they told me to write the obtain linear function, like they never said find a value for it or something, for y or anything. So linear equation is always y equal mx plus b, no matter what. It has to be y equal mx plus b all the time. And you can also use your point slope form, y2 minus y minus y1 equal m parentheses x minus x1. You can use that to get the same answer. But since I was already started y equal mx plus b, then I use that. So that's my answer. If you have any questions, please comment below and I will make a new video for you regarding your question. And please subscribe and like my video. I really appreciate that. Thank you and bye.